Good boo everyone, welcome back to your Crazyhouse chess speedrun, the arguably most aggressive but also most passive chess variant in the current world. And without any further ado, let's get into today's content. Our first game is against a low-rated guy from Vietnam. Manchess.com is nice to me today. e4. Normally I go e5 in response to e4, but just for this game, let us try out the Sicilian defense. I don't exactly value the Sicilian very highly in this variant because it gives white too much space and initiative, but we can never know for sure if we haven't tried it out. Bishop c5. Okay, so he either doesn't know about the Sicilian or he's gonna develop his queen next. Knight c6. It was the latter part. Knight e5. Forking his queen and bishop while also defending the f-pawn from behind. Man, this move just looks absolutely beautiful. Queen c3. d6. Bishop b3. Bishop d7. No need to rush, it's not like his queen can retreat back to her home, and even if she can, it's gonna cost my opponent a lot of moves. Knight f3. I'll take it. Captured materials don't actually get removed from the game, they become the player's reserved materials that can be put back down on the board at any time the players want. He takes with pawn. Okay, now knight lands on g2 check looks absolutely attractive, but I'll put my knight on d4 instead. Instead of removing his castling right, I'll allow him to castle and blunder a royal fork. He saw it. This guy really wants to scholars mate me. Bishop e6. Queen a4 check. b5. His queen is almost trapped. Very close but not quite. Never mind. Well, as a wise man once said, it's better to resign the game quickly than to become a maidenless and lose anyway. Second game, let's go. Second game, we get a higher rated opponent from Indonesia, who is actually a whopping 2000 rated rapid player. I am dead. Expect to lose a ton of elo from this game. e4. I'll skip you through the 4 knights opening, everybody knows this thing. Bishop c5. A lot of times I like bishop c4 or d4, but those things are too popular. Pretty much nobody plays bishop b5 this late into the game. d6. Castle. Bishop g4. h3. Bishop h5. Okay, that is actually good. Even though this pin is really annoying, at least now I have removed his bishop from its original diagonal, which makes that bishop impossible to go back to defend his king. It is time to attack. Knight d5. I'll sacrifice a pawn for tempo. And it always has to be Edward the e-pawn. Edward is dead. Okay, it's fine guys, I'll make sure Edward didn't die in vain. d3. Knight back to f6. Bishop g5. Bishop e7. Take. Knight lands back down on d5. Everything so far has actually been calculated. The only question now is whether or not he is going to sacrifice his rook on a1 to remove my strong center knight. He isn't. Here we go. Bishop lands on e7. Queen lift. I'm lacking one knight to have a royal fork. Bishop takes c6 doesn't work because he can take back with queen. Bishop f6 instead. Oh no, my bishop. My opponent saw it. I'll just win a pawn then. The amount of initiative is so crazy there isn't even a single thing my opponent can do. Castle. Bishop takes c6. B takes c6. Knight f6. How am I not winning his queen yet though? Queen e6. Pawn lands on f5. There just has to be a blunder somewhere. Yes. Knight lands on e7. Royal fork. King b8. Knight takes f5. This knight just happens to also defends the bishop on g7. This is just so peak. Bishop g6. I'll take this rook. Rooks are ridiculously strong in this mode. because you can just immediately land them down at any ranks you want instead of having to find an open file and lift them up like in normal chess. Rook takes g8. Opponent's queen checks her own ex-husband. King a8. That blunders a pawn. He takes the other knight. That blunders a king. The pawn that just got captured lands on b7 check. King b8 is forced. Rook lands on a8. Checkmate in 1. Edward can rest in peace now. Third game, let's go. Third game is a 1500 rated guy from India. I guess we're ending today's speed run on a high note. e4. I'll skip you through the opening phase. Bishop takes c6. B takes c6. Knight takes e5. d6. Knight takes c6. Out of nowhere I've just gotten 2 pawns for nothing, and he's also just blundered a rook. Pawn lands on e7. His rook is trapped, and I don't think this is the rook situation. Queen takes c6. He takes f8, promoting to queen. Capturing a promoted pawn only gives a pawn, no need to worry about what you are promoting to. King takes f8. Rook lands on h8 check. Now block with the knight and let me sacrifice the rook for a royal fork. Not that knight. Pawn on e7 check. The attraction tactic. King takes e7. Knight lands on e5 check. Knight takes e5. Knight takes e5 check. King f8. And I sacrifice the rook. King takes g8 is forced. Knight lands on e7 royal fork. King h8. Knight takes c6. Bishop b7. I cannot see any checkmates. I think I actually need a bishop here. Knight e7. Locking his king down in the corner, albeit this knight can't be here for too long. Rook e8. d4. Bishop takes d5. Finally. Alright, we have the bishop, it's time to open up his king side. Rook takes c4. Aha! He's threatening pawn lands on e2, forking my queen and my rook. I need to finish him off quickly. Knight lands on f6. By the way, for anyone wondering why didn't I just put the queen on f8 back rank checkmate, it's because my opponent can just block the check with one of his reserve pieces. G takes f6. Now I can put the queen on f8. Bishop locks on g8. Bishop lands on g7. Checkmate in 1. Crazyhouse chess speed run today. 300% win rate.